I think they got one.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seats. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Good Friday evening, everybody out there, all of our Southern Fried Podcast fans, and all of our folks out there in Cornbread Nation. We love us some breadheads around here.
Yeah.
I'm Rob. That's Dave, King of the Knuckleheads. Self-proclaimed
That's
King
me.
of the Knuckleheads. I didn't say he was King of the Knuckleheads. He said that about himself.
No, I said that.
Uh.
I am King of the Knuckleheads.
You king something.
King of the Knuckleheads. I'm the master at nothing.
What?
But I'm the king of the Knuckleheads. If I had a dollar for everything I messed up in life, I could probably retire. But I just keep on hanging around.
Well, I think if I had a dollar for every time I messed up in life, I'd have a dollar. What do you think?
I don't know, man. That's for you to decide. I'm not walking into that landmine. You just have to figure out what the deal is on that. If you're saying you've only messed up once in life.
Well, can you remember me messing up?
Do you really want me to answer that?
No, not really. But
okay. I think it's more than a dollar. Just saying.
I'd have a dollar.
I think it's more than a dollar.
I could have a dollar and then some. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, what we were talking about.
Welcome, Dennis Morgan, 277 on the Instagram side. We do see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do. We're glad y'all are here. Y'all come on in, hunker down, get ready, because we are front porch talking tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to do something that we do every once in a while. We're supposed to have done it, I think, Wednesday night, and we didn't do it. But we're going to do it tonight because I have even more updates tonight, so it kind of works out. We're going to kick this show off with prayer. We've got a number of folks that are really struggling. First of all, our friend and crew member, Cowboy Cook, is still sick. He left me a voicemail. A voice message. We have communicated some this afternoon. He says he's probably going to go back to the doctor. They've given him all kinds of stuff. He just can't get over it. He's up and down, and it's hard to shake stuff. And he's just struggling. And he said, "Pray for me." Rob, when you're sick for a while, it really wears on you.
It does. It is so hard. And the more it wears on you, the more it kind of pulls you down, not only physically, but emotionally. And it's hard to shake it off.
It really is. It wears you down physically, spiritually, emotionally. Every which way you could think. And this has been going on for about a month. And he said, I just can't shake it. He sounded rough. I know a couple people that's had the COVID and the flu, and they're still trying to get better. A guy at work, I actually ran into him today that I said that had a stroke. His doctor told him, said, "You're one of the lucky ones." He said, "Well, I'm blessed." A lot of people check out bad on what happened to him, but it didn't do any damage. They're just amazed, and he's still not back to himself. But he said it was his blood pressure spiked. Man, is what happened. Blood pressure spiked up. He said he felt he was dragging one of his legs at work, and he couldn't grip with one hand, his left side. And but you know how hard-headed men are. He worked the rest of the weekend, didn't go to the doctor till Tuesday, and he said, "I think I'm all right." He said the doctor said, "Well, let's see." He said, "Close your eyes." He said, "Tell me where I'm touching you at." He goes, "You're not." He said, "Open your eyes." And he had his finger right here on his cheek.
Oh, wow.
He said, "Uh-oh." He said, "Yeah, uh-oh." So pray for Terry. I won't use his last name, but I don't think he'd mind, but I'm not going to do that. Pray for Terry. There's a guy named Jamie that's had a bad stroke that I know, and I hear he's just in a rough way. So let's remember him. Pray for Robert Diamond, dog tag. He's going to be stepping off just in a couple of days. Sunday, ain't it? Sunday, ain't it?
Sunday, I think he's stepping
I think it's
out.
Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, mid-morning, early afternoon, something like that. Rob will be going out on the AT Appalachian Trail. Pray for
throw his thing up there if y'all want to support him on his journey there. Let me get down here to him. Boom.
Yeah. Pray for him.
There it is. There's his QR code if y'all want to donate.
Yeah, the one on the bottom. I said the one on the bottom, not ours. Ours is the coffee.
Yeah.
His
is down here on the bottom there.
Yeah, right by the dog tags.
He's asking for a penny a mile. 2,200 miles. He's asking for $22 to sponsor him. And yeah, he's all excited. He's ready to go.
Well, this is raising money for veterans causes. He's going to make a donation.
Well, it's veteran and first responders.
He has raised, I was trying to see, he's raised $526 so far. So he's got a long way to go, but he's got a long trip. So there's time to do it. If you can give $1, everything counts.
Any amount's fine.
Pray for our good new friend, Jake Huston, who's on a fixed income and he does amazing work, and he's trying to, be a blessing to others and help himself along the way. So remember him tonight. Good friends of ours, and those are the ones that I know, Rob. There's probably one I'm missing. One more, two more. Jeremy, there's a guy we work with named Willie. He lost his daughter. I can't imagine losing a child, and it's taken him. He's grieving. So Jeremy wanted me to pray for him. And Mr. Santa Claus is on here. Zen, he is still recovering from being sick. So that's another one that was sick a long time, in the hospital a long time. So he wanted us to remember him. So those are who you got, Rob? I know, but these are the ones that I know. I know.
Well, pray for us, me and you, definitely, because we're getting over some stuff too. Both of us are, and pray for our direction here on the podcast. We try to put God first, and we try to put our guest first, and we try to be a help to everybody. So help us, pray for us as we continue on.
Daniel Sugar Britch's wife was in the hospital. I think she died.
Pray for her. And I think Sugar Britches is going in the hospital, going in for surgery too.
Okay.
Well, we remember him and his family. And it's just a whole bunch going on. So let's there's she's popping in, she's praying too. So
absolutely. But if you've got somebody who wants to pray for, pop it in the chat. We'll pray again through sometime through the show. We love to do that. And hello Earl, thanks for the lot. And
Brother Hester in here. He done snuck in on us.
He snuck in. But pray for Earl. I'm sure he could use prayer.
Oh,
everybody needs some kind of prayer.
He needs some prayer. He's got some mental issues going on. They're minor. He thinks he can fish better than I can.
I thought you was going to say pray for him because he's your friend.
Oh, that's my brother. He's more than a friend. He's like you. Y'all both my brothers. We like family.
Hey, we like to have fun. There's nothing wrong with having some fun.
Absolutely.
Well, let's pray. Amen. Let's kick this thing off. It's Friday night, and we got a laugh out of that, so that's pretty good,
Yeah.
I'll start us, brother. Hey, Father, we thank you, Lord, tonight, Father, for the blessings of the day. We thank you for us being able to be here again with all of our friends. Lord, we ask you to just place a hand of healing upon those that are sick and recovering. We're thankful for those that have avoided serious health issues. Pray for those that are struggling, Lord, and just trying to get back on their feet. It's so hard. and our heart goes out to them. And they're dear, dear brothers and friends of ours, and we just need a touch for them. We pray for Brother Dog Tag as he's out there going down the trail. Keep him safe, keep him healthy, give him all the things he needs. And I pray this experience will be one that he learns a lot about himself as well as about life, and is blessed and seeks to bless. And we pray for Sugar Britches and all the prayers needs there, and others that have been recovering from surgery, others that we've been mentioned that's lost family members. I can't imagine losing a child. Just pray for the ongoing grieving. Lord, there's probably names I'm forgetting, but you know them, and we're just praying for them tonight as we continue to pray. Thank you, Lord. Rob, go ahead, brother.
Well, dear Heavenly Father, we want to ask some special blessings on our troops that are overseas, that are serving. We want to ask for the missionaries and such that are also serving, that spreading your word. Keep them safe. We'll pray for the people over in North Carolina still. I know they're still struggling, but I know that help is finally getting there, and maybe they're doing some good. I want to pray for the victims of the fires out in California. I know there's still a lot of aid needed there. Lord, please just got our president and these agencies that are dealing with that, and get them the help that they need. And we ask for these things in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. We're ready to go now. We got prayer in.
Yeah. Dave, I am not finding. I found one little thing that we was talking about earlier, but I found something that might be even better.
We were talking about earlier.
Yeah. You and I, great idea.
Oh, you did find something?
I found something. I found one thing, but I found something else that might be even better.
Actually, you could use an old man, or and use that same thing and just do a play off of that. So we figure something.
I could, because I found something right here that would work perfectly just for that. Oh my!
It was a moment of inspiration. I was laughing going down the road, and and even Kaylee said, "Yeah, that's Rob." She said, "He's all over that."
You're right.
I said, "Oh, it fits him to a T."
Because I could say that word. It doesn't bother me. Probably doesn't bother anybody else either. But yeah,
I can just see you now. The screen comes on. There is the figure, and you say, "Hello, my name is Jack."
Sorry, I'll do it too. You know I will.
I'm a Democrat. I know I'm a knucklehead.
I could do it too. I would do it. I'm going to do it. Let me go ahead and put it that way. It's going.
It was like a bolt of lightning. I mean, we were talking about different things. Oh, and Kaylee was showing me what exactly these furries wear at school. She pulled up stuff and was showing me exactly what she's dealing with. And so we were bouncing ideas back. I was telling her about us, eventually getting some animals and stuff involved. And then I said, I was like Horseshack and Welcome Back Kotter. Ooh, 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 ooh. It was like I got it. And I said, "What about this?" And she said, "That's Rob."
Oh my goodness. It's because I don't eat enough McDonald's. That's what it is.
She just thought you could pull it off. She actually gave me an idea. She said, "You need to do this." She told us that a cousin of hers actually watches the programs, some of them, and thinks that actually a teenager he thinks we're funny. Maybe she's just laughing at us. I don't know if she's laughing with us. Maybe she's laughing at us. I was like, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." She said, she says you're funny.
Wow. Well, you know what we say to that? That's right. That's right. And in honor of Valentine's Day and Al Capone, You're welcome, Steve.
Oh Lord.
What?
Oh, Steve.
Okay. It's okay. We got this.
I've got to ask Steve a question. I hope he pops in here tonight or soon, because somebody was telling me something earlier, and I don't know, man. I get part of it. I don't know if I get all of it. So it was a blacksmithing kind of thing. So I'm going to the expert.
Okay.
I'm going to the one who knows. I'm not the smartest guy about it, but sometimes your BS meter just goes off a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, somebody said your B. Well, what was the thing you're asking about?
Well, it was about blacksmithing.
Yeah.
It was about the way you swing a hammer, and the way they were saying is not the way that Steve swings the hammer. So I want to ask him about it, and said if you swing it that way, you hardly ever miss, and that the record for swinging the hammer consecutively without missing a nail or something, I guess, was over 1,400 times. And I'm thinking, who counts?
Yeah. I mean,
that's where I'm not discounting the other. Maybe it's true. It's a fulcrum kind of thing. It's a leverage kind of thing. But I've watched Steve swing the hammer a lot, and he don't swing it like that.
Dude, I can just see the little guy from Sesame Street. One swing of the hammer. Two swings of the hammer. Three.
I will tell you though, one time, you never just say something, and you know that the person that you're saying it in front of in a group, there's that one guy that's gonna take up the challenge without you even having to say it. So one time I was telling this guy, he was super ego, considered himself a master at anything he did. He could do it all. He's one of those kind of guys. Good guy, but his ego was way off the charts. So I told him along this same line that my dad and his brothers, when they were building, which is true, this is not a lie, it's not made up. I told them that I said they said if you have to hit the nail more than 3 times, you're getting behind. Like 3 hits, and once you've got it started, that nail should be in. And I watched them do it. They were strong forearm kind of guys. I mean, they got a lot of force, and I knew that's all it would take for this guy. So we were getting ready to build this little thing for a fundraiser we were doing that had it was supposed to be a sutler shop, and it was going to have this top on it. And when I said that, I could see, you could see that little twinkle in his eye, like, perked up like 3 times. I know he was thinking, he's probably thinking he could do it in 2. But I told him, I played dumb, which I wasn't as strong as them. I said, I was just a kid. I mean, I was maybe 11 years old, 12. And I said, I couldn't do it in 3. And he goes, well, I could do that. I said, really? Okay. I didn't challenge him. I just said, well, you're a better man than me. So when we started building stuff, it was at this other guy's house. Somebody you don't know this other guy, but you would know whose house we were at. Dude starts like trying to be super hammer man. Like it's almost like he just pulled the cake back. He's got the big H on there for hammer man. And he's sitting here, and man, he is bending nails. He broke, I think, at least one hammer of this dude's hammer. And our friend, which you would know who he is, he comes up to me. He's like, why did you have to tell him that? Dude won't stop now. He's got to prove he can do it in 3 hits. He said the dude ain't hit. He said it's took him 6, 7 tries on every one, and he's not going to stop till he destroys every hammer I've got. Totally set the dude up.
Oh.
Totally.
Oh, Lord.
I said, well, I can't make him stop. He goes, man, don't ever do that again.
Oh, Lord. Oh, dude. Okay, so I've got it figured out. I've got it figured out how to do it.
Okay.
Never fear.
Never fear. Oh
And then,
Lord, that's famous last words. Never fear.
oh, I got this. I got this, Bubba. I got this. Oh,
Is that what the last guy at the helm said at the Titanic?
yep.
Stay away from the icebergs. I got this, Bubba.
No. The last thing they said was the captain said, "Hey, you see that iceberg?" He said, "You want to drive this ship or you want me to? Get off me." The captain said, "All right." Went to have my drink. Um, and the next thing you know, it was, plenty of room on that table she was laying on, and she let him freeze to death. Love, woo,
Did you
I could
did you
fly.
watch did you watch Titanic, that movie? Did you watch it?
I have never seen it all the way through. I am proud to say.
I know people that went and saw that thing like 30 times.
Why? I mean, you know how it's going to end. You know how it ends before the movie ever starts because it only made one trip.
It's the love. It's love, man. That love story.
The love story. But if people love to jump in the freezing water, I know there's big things about polar bears swims and all, but love,
I don't think Jenna
love.
watched Titanic 30 times.
I
Full
mean,
disclosure, I did take my wife to see it because I thought she would like it. We watched it one time all the way through at
yeah.
the movies. We did see it at the movies.
Well, there's all kinds of love stories out there that you could watch. I
Well,
do
like
not
Bon-
recommend watching Titanic, and I do not recommend watching Brokeback Mountain.
well,
I just don't recommend it.
well, I think you probably think the love story is Bonnie and Clyde.
That was a love story.
And you know how that one ends too.
Yeah. I'll tell you another good love story was Jaws. If you watch it backwards, it's a carrying giant guppy that likes to replace people who lost limbs. What do you mean no and not all the way through either? You talking about Titanic or Brokeback Mountain? Inquiring minds want to know. You throw it up, throw it up there. We got to know now. If you had the music from Titanic in Brokeback Mountain, it would have made it a lot more interesting. And I will always.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Dude, come on. Come on, man. You just crossed over a bro line or something, man. Come on.
Oh, you're talking about Titanic.
Wow.
You haven't watched Titanic and not all the way through either. Okay. Well, it's good. Because,
Thank you,
she
Brian,
didn't really love him. If she'd have loved him, she'd have found room up there on that thing for him. That was big enough. I'm just saying.
Thank you for the comments, Brian. We're posted. We'll get those on the screen.
North
He's on
Vancouver, British Columbia, checking out my new neighbor. Oh, walking the streets and just checking out the vibe here, and it's very liberal here, but there's a few good people around. All right, Brian. Sir, we understand where you're coming from there, but just because they're liberals don't mean they're bad people. I know there's a few good people around, conservative, Christian believing peoples and stuff. But don't just assume that they're snotty, egotistical.
Well, there's an easy test on that. There's an easy test on that, Rob. An easy test.
Okay.
You could go on the soft side. You could hang up the Canadian flag. I mean, that should be a problem, but some liberals, they hate flags. Then, if he really wanted to tick them off, he could put up the American flag. And if he really wanted to find out if they were nuts, he puts up the Trump flag.
Oh.
Or MAGA or whatever.
Or put up a sign that says it's called the Gulf of America.
You'd be public enemy number one. They'd be protesting in front of your house.
Oh, dude,
Go
that would be
home.
awesome, though. I want to do that. I want people protesting in front of my house. That'd be awesome. You put out signs there, liberals take a hike, bye-bye squaw bags, get your powder puff self out of here. I mean, I could say stuff. I could put signs up, and encourage them.
I have a question though.
Okay.
First let's get Brian's rest of his comments, because I do have a question and it involves Forrest Gump. And I've never really thought about it till just now. But let's get Brian's the rest of his comments here, because we want to make sure we see all that. Okay. Let's pop that up there.
I'm walking the streets open carrying a 5-inch knife, and next week I'm going to be walking around the streets here with my MAGA cap. That should be done.
Curtains be opening up.
Who's that guy? Oh my gosh, that's one of the MAGA people.
Oh my God, it's MAGA!
It's MAGA. MAGA. No, don't go say MAGA. They just say MAGA because they don't.
Here's my question, and I think I already know the answer to it. Forrest Gump, he ran the gamut between liberal and very, very conservative to middle of the road to just a bunch of fruitcakes. Everybody in that movie he come in contact with was different. But when he was doing the jogging, he's jogging down, he's in the middle of Utah nowhere, I forget where he was at, and he's jogging along, he's got the long beard and long hair, and he's got all them people behind him, but they're in the movement, man. They're jogging with him. And he stops. And he's done. I mean, he turns around and he just goes home. And those do-gooders, I mean, like they're riding on his wave. They get mad at him. Do you think those were liberals or conservatives that was jogging with him?
That was liberal.
Without a doubt, dude. Because they didn't like, he made a decision for himself and they didn't like it.
Yeah. But he also never told him why he was running either. I don't even think he knew.
He just ran.
Why are you doing this? Oh, I run it. I feel like it.
So when he stops, they're like, what? That's it?
He stops, he tries, says, I think I'll go home now. And they're like, but.
They like blow a head gasket, man. They couldn't understand it.
I'm sorry, but that was one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm sorry I messed up your Black Panther party. Then it was, I'm sorry I messed up your New Year's Eve party. Look at it, Dan. She thinks you want cigarettes.
Oh.
He did mess up quite a few parties.
That's the way liberals are. As long as you're going the way they want you to go and in the flow, they love you. But make a decision for yourself that goes against the grain or what they don't like, and then they hate your guts. I mean, you're like the worst villain of all time. I mean, you're Hitler and Mussolini and everybody all rolled into one. Hannibal Lecter, the whole deal. I mean, you are now scum of the earth. I mean, that's the way they do. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it is. I'm just saying. I mean, you're exactly right.
This is a great conversation point here. I like the way we're going tonight. Thank you, brother, for comments, because I think this is a great conversation. Here she comes. Here she blows.
So I can't speak for other people, but I, like most curious about Canada becoming part of the Republic for myself, I'm all for it. What do you think? Oh, dude, I think that would be absolutely amazing.
I would love it.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine the liberals? I say, no, I don't know. It'd be like another California, dude. In some places.
In some places, not totally.
Yeah,
think about it.
But in some places,
think about it. If they were to become part of us, we've already been reaping the benefits of a lot of great things anyway. They have given unto us the rock group Rush and Triumph and many other artists. Like Brian Adams, wasn't he from Canada? Anyway, a bunch of Canadians are wonderful in the music field.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is from Canada. Deadpool himself. Yeah.
I mean, I just think it would be great. It'd be great. The 51st state, Canada. We
and
wouldn't
the
have to.
52nd state, red, white, and blue one. AKA formerly known as Greenland. And you really mess with us, we'll have the 53rd state. It'll just be called the American Canal.
I put this up just because I love the name. I love names. I love it.
Dancing in the Fields of Freedom. There you go.
I love that. That's cool. This is interesting. Okay. Because, I really don't know. I know that there are parts of Canada that are very different than other parts because of the way they were settled, the French part. And, you just got different people. Let's see what we got here. Coming up now, Rob.
Here we go. Alberta and Saskatchewan are very conservative Christian, and Daniel Smith, who is the premier of Alberta, has already gone down to Mar-a-Lago. All right. Well, maybe we can just take those parts. Oh no, we need the whole thing because the laugh factor is just going to be. I mean, we've got to look at this from a comedic standpoint. It's going to be great.
What's that beer they have up there? They're known for. What's that beer?
Schlitz.
It wasn't Schlitz, dude. Come on. Was it Falstaff or? No, that ain't it. But there's a beer, ain't it, that they're known for?
They're known for drinking a lot of beer. No, well, there's not much else to do up there except for drink beer and cold nights, snuggle with large women. I mean, that's just what they're large bearded women. That's just what they're known for up there. I mean, you get cold at night.
And we could also build a someplace up there. We could have Gitmo North. Well, the frozen, we burn them up in Cuba, then we move them in the wintertime to the upper, echelons of Canada and say, have fun, boys.
It could be like, it could be like our version of Siberia.
Oh, we've got an answer.
We got an answer?
We've got the answer and a review all in one comment. I love this.
Okay.
Here you go. There it comes.
All right, let's see. That beer is called Molson Canadian, and it sucks. Yeah, they don't know about that. They just drink it. They have no standards on beer. They just drink it. Okay.
So Brian, I got to ask the question. If you had an American beer that would suck about the same as this beer, what beer would it be? So we have a comparison. Because is it a PBR? Is it a Milwaukee's Best? I mean, I need some sort of I got to have a guide here. Is it Schlitz? Is it I don't know. There's a bunch of them.
And keeping in mind that Dave and I, neither one of us drink anymore. I can't
I ain't drinking 30 years.
My medicines, and Dave can't because he doesn't.
I don't want to drink. Not I can.
We don't judge. We don't judge anybody else for what they do.
No. But I remember what all those beers taste like. It ain't like I forgot.
Oh no. No, I can still taste one every once in a while I'm out doing around. Especially in the summertime when it gets good and hot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be really good right now. I'm like, I don't.
So what's the one you taste?
Huh?
What is the flavor?
I'm straight up. My favorite beer was a Michelob Ultra.
I thought it was Michelob.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can taste one right now. But that's all right. I will survive.
Oh, so you're okay. Yeah, that's the thing nowadays, Brian, is people are into the microbreweries and everything. So I get it. I get
Well,
it.
you
Another
didn't know
comment
that.
here. Let's see here. There you go.
We likes the micro breweries. It says,
I understand.
I don't like corporate beer, but there are so many good craft breweries across there are. Uh, I, I'm just glad you didn't say you like Bud Light.
It was the worst marketing
Sorry, Brian. I'm
campaign
sorry,
of all
Brian. I
time.
had to go there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll smack him later for you.
That was the worst idea ever.
The only one that matches it, it's not because it's just like it. It was just the worst marketing ever. Was when they decided to go with New Coke. It almost destroyed the company. It almost destroyed Coca-Cola. They had to revert back really fast. Let me just say, Rob, I can't put the other comment up about Bud Light. Brian makes his feelings very well known.
Does it start with an F?
It does.
Yeah. uh, is it 3 words and ending Bud Light? I got this. Say I some redneck psychic abilities
I think it's used in connection with that dude Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh. Let's go, Bud Light.
I still remember that race, man. I still remember that. And the dude, the lady sitting there, she goes, "Oh, she totally either she's lying or she totally is a dingbat. There's no way." Oh, they're saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, they're saying, "Let's go."
You can hear that clearly over the TV.
I have never laughed so hard.
Hello, Jake.
There's Jake sneaking in here on us. Oh my goodness, that was.
By the way, Jake, if I called you Hudson, I'm sorry. My brother-in-law is a Hudson, which means my sister is now, and so I had to train my brain to say Huston because I think I said Hudson at first, and I didn't mean to.
I'm pretty sure I've said Hudson several times because my brain.
Oh yeah, Brian, you sound like you from if you were from the state. I don't know where you're from originally.
Put his comment up. I'll tell you, he sounds like he's from Georgia.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. I mean, he sounds like he's from Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, somewhere in there.
I do too. He sounds like he might be from Colquitt, Donaldsonville, Blakely. He ain't from down here somewhere.
Let's just say he would find friends there really well. They would be buds. They'd be bros.
Unless he talks funny.
Hey, way to go. There you go, bud. Get you some. Jake says he's had sent a bunch of energy drinks, 36 cans,
36 cans, 312 packs.
Awesome,
goodness.
Brother. Awesome.
Dude, you're going to be wired up for a month. That's going to be fine, though. You'll be all right.
I do know that, Brian. We say on here that Southern is a state of mind, and you can find, which some of these go beyond even being Southern, but you are correct. I mean, you are correct.
Let's see. There's a lot of rednecks up here. I'm born and raised in British Columbia, and I've got a lot of guns. Have you heard the Royal Canadian Mountie song by the Arrogant Worms?
I have not.
I'm asking Brian. He's got to.
Oh.
There's a speaking part in there where there's Americans going up into Canada and they get stopped by the RCMP at the border. And they're like, he's like, "You can't talk to me that way. I've got a gun." And the American's like, "He's going to squirt us." I got guns too. I've got 10. How many you got? I've got 14. That's 22 too.
Well, and like I said, that's the thing about Canada, man. There is different types of people, man. It's not all. It's not.
Well, there's different types of people here too.
But the only question I have is how did Trudeau get in power? Is the knuckleheads the only ones voting? I mean, how did that idiot? And I'll say it, he's an idiot. How did he get in power up there?
He's been there forever. He's been there for a long time.
I mean, he made me so mad during the trucker deal, man. That ticked me off.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's not cool.
Well, to some people, Brian, that is a lot. I mean, that is a lot.
What you got? Talking about all his guns?
Yeah, he said I don't have a lot, but you're right. I know people that have.
I'm not going to put that up there. That might get.
No. I was just wanting you to read it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that I know people that probably have 50 or 60.
If I had that second one that you mentioned there, I'd probably sleep with it too.
No doubt.
No
doubt.
It's like me. I sleep with my my high-speed spinning reel. But somebody breaks in here, I got a 3-ounce weight tied onto the end of it. I guarantee you, I could hit them in the head with it.
I thought Chuck was your bodyguard.
Chuck is my bodyguard, but he's a little snot.
Evening, Brother Earl.
Are you staying out of trouble tonight? No, you're on here. You're not staying out of trouble.
I bet Earl can run a trot line and spit chewing back in that dude's eye.
Dude, that sounded totally wrong. I bet Earl could run a trot line. Skin a buck and run a trot line.
I wasn't trying to say the whole line.
I know.
I'm just throwing a couple things out there.
That's good. Poor Earl.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, he gets it. Shut up over in South Georgia. Brian says his phone's about to die, but he's going to try to join us in a few minutes. So we salute you, Brian. You're our kind of people. You're a breadhead.
Even if you are up there in that Canada phase or wherever you're at, that'd be all right.
You're my kind of
trouble
people.
For about 45 minutes. You mean you've made it 45 minutes without getting in trouble, or you're going to be in trouble in about 45 minutes? We gotta have clarification on that, because it's you that we're talking about. Just like if we were talking about me, you know that I was lying if I said that. Unless I'm here by myself. And that includes Chuck. Chuck can't be here either because I'll get in trouble with him too.
Well, don't get in trouble with Chuck.
Yeah, that little sucker there, he's mean. He tripped me. So, all right. He said I'm having trouble in 45. It's nice to know that you got that timed out, so well that you know exactly when you're going to get in trouble. I can't ever do that. It's always a surprise for me. So,
Brian says he's in trouble. I'm always in trouble, brothers. The government hates me. That describes a lot of us, don't it?
It's not just the government that hates us. YouTube hates us too.
They do. And we're such nice guys.
Oh, come on now. They're late night with the devil. What? You can always say the devil made you do it, I guess.
That's our friend. He has a couple of accounts.
Oh, yes, he does.
He's
Well, you just remember, Jesus and Mama always loved you.
Jesus and Mama. Sounds like the start of a good country song there.
It is a country song. That is a country song.
Well, every country song has something like that. Sin, rejection, depression, and then redemption.
Oh, Knights, you come on with whatever one you want to, Bubba. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well, he's off the chain tonight. If we have to, we're gonna have to get on to him.
Who?
You.
I ain't off no chain.
I'll put a call into Chuck and tell him to come in there and bite you on the ankle.
I drop kick his little butt. Well, he ain't so little. He'd probably break my foot if I tried to drop kick him now. He's got huge. He's just the cutest little thing when I first got him, and he's turned into the. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We have a question underneath with the name there.
That's what you hear when you're traveling with a bunch of kids down the road, and all of a sudden everybody's gagging, and the person who did it acts the same way because they don't want to be busted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Newsmax, in an exclusive interview with Vladimir Zelensky, says he believes that President Trump can apply the right pressure and nudge Russia to end this war. He said, but it won't be easy.
Oh, my goodness. Don't you worry. Trump's got on his big boy pants. He's going to take care of it. You know, it's nice to see somebody up there wearing big boy pants for a change. Instead of the little plastic potty pants.
Zelensky says, Trump gave me his cell number. You know why he did, you little dictator?
He did not. I guarantee you, Trump did not give him his cell number. You know who that number was to? It was to somebody just so he could have a joke with it. Probably the head of the Secret Service detachment. He said, hey, what's your phone number? When you get this phone call later on, ignore it.
Trump probably said, hey, little man. Yeah, I believe he calls him that. Hey, little man, I got you some protection. If your security forces are not really good, I've got the Secret Service agents for you. They're looking for a job, by the way. You know, I just don't need them anymore. They really showed out at Butler, Pennsylvania. I mean, they are top notch. I mean, they can holster their gun in 5 tries. I mean, they're
no. Oh, his secret agent, the new bodyguards for Zelensky could be some of those IRS agents that they hired on all of them and gave them guns and stuff. They can go be Zelensky's bodyguards. Yes.
We've got your back.
That's right.
In fact, we'll be standing behind you all the way.
That's clear. How's the front? Hell if I know.
That was the worst video ever, dude. Like they didn't know what to do. It's like Keystone Cops, like running. Oh, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Oh, let me holster my weapon. Oh, I can't do that. Which way do I go? Which way do I go?
Where do I go, Georgia? Where do I go? How was your guys' Valentine's Day? And where's the green screen? Oh, Dave's doing work on his studio.
Yeah, I don't really I have a background. It's not a green screen, but I'm moving around and I just haven't got this wall up with stuff, but that's going to happen. It would have happened today, but I had to take baby girl to see her mom for the weekend, and so I didn't have time. But it will be back up. In fact, you'll probably see a new one and some changing of the guard. So we still have it. We're going to set up the puppets in front of the other one. It's perfect for it.
Yeah, I've got to set up my other side of my studio here now. Woohoo.
We have a new puppet called Georgia Bubba. And he runs around with Uncle Jeb. Kaylee has actually helped me work out a skit today. I told her my idea. She loved it. But I think I've got Kaylee. Kaylee is going to do, she said she totally wanted to do it herself. She's going to do a morning devotion. She wants to record herself reading some scripture. And I thought that was great.
That is awesome.
So
absolutely, let her do it.
I said, we won't choose anything in the book of Numbers, so you don't have to repeat a bunch of names that are hard to pronounce. Ichabod begat. I get tickled. I get tickled at some pastors, and they'll be trying to read a passage while they're preaching,
right?
And they'll like give 3 attempts at it, and they'll say, "Oh, you know who I'm talking about."
You know who I mean. Not who I say, but who I mean. That is awesome. What gets
Oh,
me is the ones that get them all right. You know, and it's generally elderly pastors that get them all right because they've said them so many times. So they've had a lot of practice at it. You get someone like me, I'm like, hey, it's yeah, gobbledygook begot uh itchity scratchity something like that, and yeah.
well,
Uh
Jake, how was your Valentine's Day? Mine was good.
Mine was awesome too. All right, wait a minute. Let's see. We gotta put this one here up here now. Phone fire fixed. Anyway, a few people I talked to today in liberal town up here, they don't like Trump, and they get all their information from mainstream media. Yeah, we call that state media down here, state TV.
Yes.
Uh, don't get
Jake,
me started on.
I use the KJV, King James Version, but a lot of people do the new King James because they don't, it gets away from these and thous. But you'd be fine. You'd be fine, brother, if you want to get that. It's really close, but I use the King James.
Uh,
I'm not judging
I,
anybody that uses anything else. I don't want to get in the argument, but
yeah,
that's what I stay in practice with the one that's been around with a few modifications since 1611 because his languages have been updated. The original 1611 King James Version is very hard to read for people that speak English today. There's a few words that have changed. The intent is still there. It's just the updated of words. So, but there's some of them so far out there. I wouldn't go with them, but that'd be okay. That'd be okay. New King James.
yes, yes. Uh, I do like uh and I got this from Fox. Homan talking about what AOC clash over webinar to help immigrants evade ICE raids. He said, "I thought I educated her." oh, oh, there have been some scorched earth comments today, dude, that I absolutely love. Oh my
Here,
god!
this that's a great headline. The IRS set to cut thousands of workers. Yes.
No Rob's mail call this week, but we're doubling up next week. We're going to do a Cornbread Nation on Tuesday and Thursday so we can get back in our rotation.
Yeah, we had trouble with the file, and it was kind of central to the show, and we didn't want to push it late, so that's this knucklehead's fault.
Yeah. Anna Mae, what about the book of Enoch?
There's several books. There's more than that one that are extant from the canon of Scripture. I have read several of them. Some people ascribe to them. I don't follow them. I don't believe they should be in the canon, but just like the Apocrypha. So there's the Book of Thomas. There's several of them. There's a lot of exterior writings, and there were some that were originally a part of the canon that were taken out, and I believe they should have been. There's parts of the Book of Daniel and stuff. So there's lots of reasons. But do you have a copy of the Book of Enoch, or you just asking about it? There's a couple that are mentioned in the scriptures actually, but it does not seem to fit the canon of scripture. So that's a good question though. A lot of people wouldn't know what you're talking about. Way to bring it from the back row. Jake, okay. Glad you found your way, brother. And
yeah.
But
I'm gonna throw a thought out there on all this stuff. I mean, because that becomes controversy a lot. Well, they left this out and they left that out. Well, what about this and what about that? All right. If you follow God, okay, and I'm being serious. It sounds like I'm being facetious, but I'm not. I'm being very serious. Why do you follow God? Because He is all powerful. He's all knowing, and He's got our best interest at heart. And this is the lifeline that he put out for us to follow. Okay. Now, we serve the creator of the universe, the great and all powerful God is going to let his word get out in such a way to where it's going to lead us astray. No. No, there should have been a comma here. There should have been a comma there. No. God has his word out there. It's just called faith, people. You got to have faith. God has his word the way he wants it. Read it. You know, and I'm not for, people say, well, it was written in Hebrew. There should have been a comma there. You don't grammar Nazi God. That's his book. He's got what we need in it. And that's just my personal belief. So,
well, and just to not go too deep in the weeds, but there's a couple of books that extent of the canon which have controversies, and they fly in the face of the scriptures, which that's why they shouldn't be in there, because they're throwing things in there that shouldn't be there. The Bible, as it perfectly weaves itself together, and some of these other ones they throw, for instance, works as a way, works of salvation by works, and some of that. So it shouldn't be in the canon. So
there is no way
there was a lot of corrupted writings too. I mean, they're proven. I mean, people that had an agenda and they wrote stuff, and so it is a great study though. I did a study with my church once, and we went through all of that and did a deep dive into how we got the Bible that we have today, and we looked all the way back, and it's fun. I've been through several things like that. There's the group that has that owns a Hobby Lobby. If I'm not mistaken, they are now the owners of all of the oldest. They have the largest collection of all of the oldest copies of the Bible. They have more of them than anybody. They have spent a lot of money, and they do a tour with them and at times, and you can go and see all these. You can't touch them, obviously. They got them behind protected, glass and stuff, because they're very old. But they have spent a lot of money to. It's basically a museum. And you can go and see those, and they have a lot. I think they are now the largest repositor of old manuscripts, old Bibles that go way back. If I'm not mistaken, look that up. I actually wanted to go see it. I've never been, but they were in Atlanta once, but the timing was wrong for me to go. But the next time if they do travel with it, I would like to go.
Yeah.
Amen, Brian. Good thoughts tonight. It's good stuff. I love that we can talk about stuff and, just try to help people. You never know who's listening. And we do have people that don't believe, and they listen, and they know we're friends. And we're not, we don't try to force anything down to somebody, but we are who we are, and we want to help people, and we don't hide our faith, but we have fun, and we have friends that are a part of the podcast who are not believers, or they question it, and we can still be friends. I mean, we're friends. We have a love for them, they have a love for us, and that's what we're not the podcast where we're not the shock jocks. Back in the day, we would scream at people. Remember the early talk radio dudes? Man, you talk about it. Well, it wasn't just that; it was in politics or anything, man. I mean, they would just scream at their guests. It was the Jerry Springer show, but times 10.
Well, the only times I do get like that is when something just really gets me up on my soapbox. Like when FEMA wasn't doing their job over in the Carolinas and stuff. That put me on my soapbox, got me talking about them. But I try not to get to that point. So,
thank you, Brian. We really appreciate that. And honestly, I want to make a point off what you just said. And I had a guy that I work with. He asked me when I was he found out I mentioned the podcast, and he said, "What have you done to advertise your podcast?" And I said, "Not a lot. We just word of mouth. I mean, the streams, the algorithms will put us out there, but we don't pay for any advertising. We got cards. It's all word of mouth. We all just found each other, and we just figured that to grow small. We didn't try to grow fast, and we really appreciate those that come and want to be a part. And outside of a few knuckleheads that we've had along the way at one point, we have never had any real problems. We have a collection of people that generally enjoy being here. And Jake, you did say you found us through the algorithm. I think Chickbait did. And so we appreciate that. It does promote us, put us out there. But we haven't paid for any of the advertising on that. We've never run an ad or anything that I know of anywhere. We just find people however or they find us. I guess you could say they find us. But a lot of word of mouth, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, we hit a goal here a couple of months ago. We started talking about it. And our goal is to get to 50,000 followers by our first year. And it's looking like we're going to make it. Our first year is up on Memorial Day, was when we started last year. So it looks like we're going to make that. Now, it's through a whole bunch of different streams and sites, but that's okay.
Yes, Brian, absolutely. 100% agree with you. And we have definitely been, and I told Rob, because one time, in fact, it was Steve at Half Pine Forge. He said, I think it was him. He said, if you're trying to fill a spot, just tell me what spot you're trying to fill. And I told him that first day, I said, we don't do that. We don't just get out the thing and start looking at people trying to fill interview spots. We bring people on that we feel in our gut is supposed to be on. Yeah. And Steve was that way. I said, we both like blacksmithing, and we just, I feel like you're supposed to come on. And we know now that he was supposed to be on because, we're all friends and, it's just great. And so I love the way that we connect on this medium. I mean, this whole thing started as a lark. I mean, Rob said, I think we ought to start a podcast. I'm like, what?
I've got issues. There's a lot of stuff that I can't do anymore. I'm sitting around the house bored as heck. And I was like, we need to do a podcast, Dave. And then we got the wheels turning. And then we talked about it for what? 3 or 4
weeks?
For a month?
Probably a month.
And then I posted the green deer video, which is, I think, the first one that got posted. And then we did our Memorial Day. So, and it just started going from there. And
I think the green deer, that was on, at first it was on Messenger. I don't even know if that was on the.
It wasn't at first. And then I transferred it over. I transferred
it over to put something up. It was funny in the early days of the podcast because we hadn't mapped out everything we wanted to do, so we didn't really know what we wanted to do, and we were racking our brains trying to figure out what we want, how we could get stories, and we're doing everything we can to just try to generate something. Let's get something filmed that we can get up on our stream.
Yeah.
And now, my gosh, I need twice as much time in a day to get all the things up that I want to do or could do or whatever. So I love it. I'm not complaining. It's funny because we said, well, maybe 2 or 3 shows a week or a month at first. Then we said maybe a week.
Yeah. Hey, and guys, while we're here, let me put this out. Let me throw this up here real quick. We had a video hit today for Loving Deers Ministries. Y'all need to check that one out. Watch the whole thing. There's okay, that wasn't blocking out. There's some special content at the very end of it, a very special message from us and Joe from us and Loving Deers Ministries. So y'all check it out. Joe and Donna with they are Amore. They're great. They're Christian counselors. They can help you with relationship issues, grief counseling, addiction issues, self-esteem issues. They are good, and they're good people, and they want to help. It's extremely affordable. You're not going to find many counselors out there that cost what they charge, and that's about $30 a session. 30 to 40.
And they're funny people. They're really funny.
Oh, they're amazing people too.
Miss Candy, thank you for the love. We appreciate that on Facebook side. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if y'all need any help anything like that, also for our veterans, if you're struggling, have some issues, this is another option for you as well. So, all right.
Yes, Brian, you do. I advise anybody to do it. And because everybody has a voice and something they want to say, and it's all cool, you know. So
Yeah.
absolutely. And if you're going to start, well, if you just want to do audio, do Podbean. And I'm not just saying that because we're affiliate. They're really great. It's a great platform, and you can do call-ins on there. In fact, I haven't even told Rob this, so I'm just throwing this out there, and he has not heard this, so you have to realize. But I know he's going to want to do it. So, Rob, you're just finding out right now. So we're going to do a Podbean only show. We got to figure out the time. We're going to because it's audio. We're going to do call-ins, Rob. We're going to think up a topic, and we're going to do a call-in show on Podbean.
Oh, we got to be careful with that.
Oh, we'll have so much fun.
Do you realize some of the people that we know, some of the people that will be calling in?
Yeah, like Earl and Sugar Britches. And
can you imagine someone calling in saying, Rob's fat? That was the quickest anybody got, but it wasn't quick. After I saw it, it was quick.
I was sitting out there in the weeds for a few minutes. I was sitting there and I saw that and I thought, Rob's up here talking away, laughing and cutting up, and I'm just sitting here watching him. It's like, you know, and it was the anticipation of it. And Rob finally, he's over there, he's reading down the comments, and then he sees that comment, "Who you calling fat?" We got to find that clip, dude. I wish I knew what show that was out of. It was a night show. We got to find that clip, man. We'll have to clip that out.
Yeah.
I hope we still. It's out there somewhere. Yeah, see, we got somebody that will call in already. See.
Let me ask y'all something. Y'all chime in with your opinions on this. If I did a show on Saturday night where you could come on and sing karaoke, would you do it? We'd call it the Saturday Night Southern Fried Hootenanny. You are absolutely right. I'm sorry. Put it back up on the one that you had it on. Nights Ren, would you do karaoke with me? Oh yeah. Oh, see, there's one. I think Brother Hester would do it too.
I bet Jake would. He's shy about it, but I bet he would sing.
He might would. Yeah, he'd be welcome too.
Good. He sung a little bit that night when he was on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna do it. It's not a joke. We're gonna do this call-in show. I just, it'd be a total different type of show where you can get on, you can share your things besides chat. We can hear your voice, you know, and I just think it'd be cool, and it'd help us build up live hours on Podbean anyway. So
yeah,
it reminds me of the old Hey Earl show. You know, our friend Earl Friedenberg.
Yeah.
You know, and
hey, we need to have him back on here.
We should. He's still out there putting up stories, and I see him every week promoting something. He's a fine fella.
And I got to do this again. I did it at the beginning of the show. I've got to do it again in honor of Steve and Valentine's Day and Al Capone. Get it? Valentine's Day. Okay. I have soundboards though. Is that okay? What do you mean? Like what I have? It should be fine. I don't know why it wouldn't. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do a share screen and have it come up here on here. So, and as far as the call-in show, I mean, as long as your thing's going through, it should be all right.
Should be.
Or just call in on your cell phone.
It should, yeah. We will test this out and do a short show, like 30-minute. Well, if it goes bad, we'll go short. If it goes great, we'll go long. We'll try this in the next 2 weeks. I really want to do it.
Voice changer.
Oh, he can do voice. He can come on and sound like Joe Biden.
Oh, well, if you do it just right, you might sound a little bit like old Hank Hill.
I think you guys are great. Or Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island.
Who? You say you sound like Mrs. Howell?
No, I didn't say that. And you know dang well I did. You as Uncle Jeb would say, you dad burned cotton picker.
Uh. I didn't think you sounded like Mrs. Howe from Gilligan's Island. I thought you
I
sounded a
said
little bit
Mr.
like.
I said Mr. Hutt.
I thought you sounded a little bit more like Nancy Pelosi. I don't know.
Kaylee says, by the way, you asked me the other night. Let's put Brian's comment up first. Oops, you already had it. Well, yeah, you're right. We need people to be a light in the darkness. Bless
That's
your heart.
right.
Absolutely. You asked me if I did any voices. See, I don't do voices of people that are known. I have lots of voices, and I have entertained Kaylee and my other grandchildren for years with these voices. And there's a voice that I do, and Kaylee said today, you're going to laugh at this. You're going to laugh at it. Kaylee said that I need to do it and get the puppet that's an old lady. She said it sounds like an old lady, but kind of crazy old lady, you know. And I said, I don't know about that. Rob would give me a hard time if I tried to do something
Do
like
it.
that.
Do it. You got to do it now.
Now, I can't do it right now.
You got to do it. No.
It's not one of those.
You cannot leave us and the thousands of people out there. They're now waiting with bated breath.
I can't do it.
You cannot leave us on this cliffhanger. You have to do it.
I can't do it.
You have to.
I can't do it.
Do you need to black your screen out? Do it. Black your screen out and just do the.
But I have these different voices that I do that I've because I used to make characters up for Kaylee when she was little, and they were all meant to get her to do something like get ready for school. And I had this one character that I called Mr. Freeze, and if she didn't get ready, you know, hurry up and get ready. Mr. Freeze would come along, and you know, it's cold. You know, he's cold. He's ice, and he would, you know, not like ice like Holman, but he's ice like he's cold, and he would freeze her legs, and she'd say, "Oh, Mr. Freeze is coming! I gotta hurry!" And she used to love that stuff. Now she's older now. Now she rolls her eyes at me like, you know. You got it, Brian. Man, you're awesome. Rob, are you having a fit over there?
I am having a fit because you need to do it. You're leaving us all on a cliffhanger. You're going to cause emotional scarring to me and everybody else out there if you don't do it. It's okay.
Emotional scarring. Come on. Well, one of them actually sounds like there's one that I do. It's a variation off of that. So one that I do, and I'm only going to do this little short section because it actually is. It is the only one that I do that is after somebody, but it's a variation off of the one from The Wizard of Oz. I'll get you, my pretty, you and your little dog too. But that's not. I have to work it for a minute or two to get it, and I get it really high pitched. And she said, "That's the one. That's the one." But I can't do it just on draw. I have to actually sit for a minute and get in tune with it, and then I can do it. And Kelly loves it. She thinks it's funny, but but I've been doing deep voices all day, so I have to work it up. But I have fun with her.
Brian, I think you have to follow. I don't think we can actually like add friends like and follow.
You can invite to follow on. He's coming in from he's on Instagram, so I don't know if that works. Facebook, okay. You can invite people to follow.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We will see what we can do.
Yes. And by all means, feel free to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, because I'm going to tell you, that's like the two biggest ones, and that's the ones that we're dragging the worst on. Everything else is exploding, and these two.
Just give us a follow on Instagram, that main channel, and you should see this program pop up. And now is a good time to for those that don't know. And there's a little variation, but okay, I get it. Yeah, you know, I'll we'll do a I'll have to put up a little screenshot or something of how to do that when you we'll get it figured out, brother, because it's not hard.
What are we doing?
There's a follow button on Instagram. Let me see if I can look at it on my phone. Somebody that's, you know, like Jake, he's an expert at these things, yeah. But us, me, I'm older. I need tutorials, you know, But yeah. Like if you, let me find one here. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay, like if you were, if you go to the top, okay, I'm already following you on Instagram, and I'll check out the Facebook thing. Yes, we have the Facebook page. Just give us, and we will like you back when you do that. We'll all do that.
Yes. And
So
follow that.
he's got us. I thought I'd seen your name before on Instagram, so I felt good about it. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something.
I think you were going to talk about how good looking I was again.
No. Not.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
You're not.
You gotta be nice. You're gonna make people think I'm ugly, and I'm the clickbait.
Yeah, I said, I think Uncle Jim called you the clickbait.
I'll kick his walker out from underneath him. He better not mess with me. They don't want none.
Yeah,
of
Brian. I joined a few too. There's a few that I follow, and I try to watch Rumble. We've got Steve at Half Pine Forge, but I follow Killer Carl and Kim's Coffee Shop now, and there's a few that I follow, podcasters. I try to catch them when I can. We all do. I go in their lives when I can, and we appreciate you. We really do. I want you to know that we don't take any of this lightly, and we're just amazed that anybody would want to listen to a knucklehead like me. I won't say that for Rob, but we have fun, and we try to talk. We always say from the serious to the silly.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about everything in between. We do have very, firm beliefs about certain things, but we're willing to listen to anybody's point of view, and we will be serious when it requires it. But some of our sites say that we're Christian conservative and Southern. Some say we talk all things Southern. We try to just different. It's really hard to define us at times because we do so many different things. It really is a variation, and some people just join us for that one thing they like what we do. Some might have 3 or 4, and some like it all, and some may follow us just to laugh at us, and that's cool too.
Yeah, yeah, we get a lot of those. Let's see what these knuckleheads are doing today. And I'm like, knucklehead? Who you calling?
But it is a growing family. I know not everybody comes in that follows, but we have some, and we get new friends all the time, and that's the fun part. It's so in me now, and even in my family. Like last night, I was so aggravated because I couldn't get that, and Jeremy's like, "Are you done for the night?" I mean, they're so used to me podcasting, and there is this great world. It is a great ocean of things that when you go online, there's one thing about it. You know that there's going to be some friends show up. There's going to be some people you hadn't seen in a while show up, and there's going to be new people show up you've never talked to, and it's like the world is laid before you, and you have to do it. You just have to do it. I hate to miss a show if I'm sick or something. I hate that.
And that's happened to both of us from time to time.
Yeah, we have a passion about it, a real passion. And we would do it if there was nobody in here. And we're thankful there's somebody in here. You help us out a lot. But we would do it if there, and we've done the show that we think there might have been maybe one.
Yeah.
We've done that.
When we started off, we were like, wow, we had 5 people in there tonight. That was freaking awesome.
I thought our heads were going to explode the night we went over 100 viewers in the stream. We were like, wow. But it is a blessing. And you go to some of the bigger ones, and sometimes they might only have 3 or 5 people in a live stream. And sometimes we have more than that. And it's amazing to me. But I think, I like Killer Carl. Killer Carl has a lot of followers on Rumble. But he makes you feel welcome in his show. And that's key. Customer service.
Yeah.
Even the people that have came on here and gotten smart with us, we don't wish them any ill will. We just say, look, if we're not for you, just move along. Yeah. Once it starts getting personal, we're going to move you on. We can take a big joke, but when you start talking about our families or, saying things that are ugly to our guest or our other fellow chatters, we're just going to bounce you because nobody wants that, and it's not right. So we haven't had that, but really for about a month and a half, and all the times we've been, and we really put up with it too long because we were bending over backwards trying to make it right. And
and it's
over
so
time you
supportive.
lose some people. They drift on, and you might get them back, but you gain new friends all the time. And then you got those that are just rocks. I mean, they've been there forever,
Yeah.
and we can't say thanks enough. And they, like you're saying that share our podcast out. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, what value? I mean, we couldn't buy that kind of blessing to do that and to share the program out with people that you know.
Hey, I'm gonna let you have just let me go fix me a cup of
Well, get me one too. I told Jeremy to go get me a coffee. I haven't got the coffee maker set up in the studio yet. That's going to happen this weekend. Well, I have one, but I think I might have messed it up, so I got to bring my other one out. So,
yeah, he's got one of them sissy little cake up things.
It ain't no sissy coffee maker, dude. Shut up. Actually, we need to run a quick commercial. Stay with us. We do have some things that are real quick, but we do need to run at least one. We've been bad about that this week. We've been so into everything we're doing, we just didn't do it. But let's run a quick one. Hey, folks, Dave in the AM here with the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. For many weeks now, me and Rob have been telling you about our affiliation with Dubby Energy Drinks. I've been drinking some of them on the show, and I just got in today the powder version, and this is the Pond Blom version of this. And hey, I tell you that it gives you the focus and the energy without the jitters or the crash. There's no sugars, no fillers, no artificial dyes. So get you some Dubby today. Use the promo code Southern Fried, and you'll get 10% off each and every order. Not only can you get the energy drinks, but you can also get some cool merch items. In fact, soon we're going to have a hat to show you as an example of some of those things. There's shirts and other things you can get as well as containers to mix up the powder and the water into that you can carry with you. We appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and also of Dubby Energy Drinks. We'll see you again soon. Take care.
Hey folks, this is Georgia Bubba, and I'm a friend of Uncle Jeb's. Me and him run around all the time. He kind of embarrasses me, but we're pretty good old friends. But anyway, they asked me to come on here and talk about something funny for the Cornbread Nation. Well, when you're running around with Uncle Jeb, it's always funny. Just the other day, we was running around over in Fort Payne, Alabama, and we saw this sign that said, "Boat for Sale." And I said, "Well, Uncle Jeb, you've been looking for a boat. You've been wanting to go fishing." I said, "Why don't we stop and look at it?" So we did. We got out and we started looking around. I said, "Uncle Jeb, there ain't no boat. I just see a Ford and a Chevy." So I said, "You better ask him about that." So Uncle Jeb, he gets up there and he says, "Where's the boat?" The sign says, "Boat for Sale." And the old fella there, he said, "That's right. They boat for sale." Lord have mercy, the things you see when you're running around with Uncle Jeb in Fort Payne, Alabama.
And we're back, or I'm back. Rob will be back in a second. Brian, good night to you. If you're going to bed, have a blessed night. We appreciate all of your comments in here and the blessing that you are to the podcast and to conservatism. wherever you are. It is a state of mind, and it's a moral duty to be conservative and stand for those good conservative values. The conservative movement, the MAGA movement, takes in many different types of people. It is not identified as only one kind of people. They try to say that it's not. It is a very different and diverse group of people who have similar values. Some may be more serious about those values in one way or another way than others are, but they still respect each other. And there's room for those folks at the table. And that's what it's about, because most people and those that are conservative, they appreciate freedom. I mean, they recognize socialism, dictatorship, communism, and all those elements when they see them. We want to be left alone to live our lives, to worship the way we want to worship, or not to worship. That's freedom. We want to be able to raise our families and have the government leave us alone while we raise our children. We don't want them being brainwashed at the local re-education camp called the local school. In some cases, it's not in every case, but in most nowadays, that's what you're getting. And we don't want other things that we're not going to mention that being forced upon us. I mean, the conservative movement, the MAGA movement, is filled with good people who just want, Rob, to enjoy freedom.
Yeah. And I like how you referred to the school as the local indoctrination camp, because that's basically what it's boiling down to. You know, and we're number 40. We spend more per student than any other country out there, but we're number 40 in education. That tells me that our priorities are totally wrong.
Yeah.
We need to be focusing on educating them in reading, writing, and arithmetic, the 3 R's.
By the way, I saw a statistic today. There's another issue that's rising up, and it's rising up very quickly. And the country is not ready for it. It may be that way around the world, but I'm just talking about the United States. The boomers I'm just outside the boomer that ended in 1964. But the oldest boomers, I believe it is that they're 80 this year, 80. And so there is, in the next 5 years, I think it is 5 years, Rob, 3 to 5 years. I think they listed as 3 to 5. There is over 500,000 more than we have available today. Beds, apartments, whatever, in assisted living, nursing homes, or whatever it is. Over 576,000, I think it was. We only have 100 and something thousand of that right now that we have to be able to absorb that. Where are these people going to go? If they don't live with family, where are they going to go? So there's going to have to be a massive building projects quickly. But that's the boomers, who is that huge group, that huge block of people, is they're getting old, Rob. And I'm on the very back end of that, because my wife's a boomer, but I was born in 65. I'm just outside of that group, as you are as well. So we're not boomers, but my wife is. She was.
What do you mean you are as well? Oh, you was born in a whole different decade than I was.
No, dude, you are fully right there in the same group, because each one runs for a number of years. So you're not a boomer, you're a bummer.
All right, let me tell you something right now. I ain't got to put up with this snot. I got to put up with this guy's snot. I ain't got to put up with yours. Oh, he's just loving that.
Oh, I got my granddaughter going down the road today. Got her. So she sees this lady. I love it with just me and her, because there's no distraction and we can just have fun and talk. And she's sitting up front with me and everything. We was in the truck. And she sees this lady roll down her window, and she does her hand like this outside the window. And Kaylee says, "What's that old lady doing?" She's been around me. That sounds like something I would have said. "What's that old lady doing?" She stuck her hand out the window, Pawpaw, and she just waved her little fingers around. I said, maybe she was getting rid of a booger. Just being honest. Kaylee says, I don't think she's ever thought about this. She goes, who would pick their nose and throw their snot outside the window. I said, it happens every day.
Yeah. What do you expect them to do with it? Rub it on the steering wheel? That's just rude. Next person gets out of drives, he's like, "What the
I mean,
deer
she's
shit?
never
Put it dry." Oh,
she's never thought about it, you know. I mean,
what you should have done is said, "Well, I normally just wipe mine on the back of the passenger side seat belt." That way I don't fling it outside.
but she got me back. She got me back. Bang. And she said, "You know, when I was little, I used to eat mine." She would kill me for saying that. As a little kid, I think she must have. Sometimes kids do crazy things, you know.
I don't think there's probably a kid out there that didn't at least try it once. Just saying.
Oh, we had an interesting afternoon.
Yeah, sounds like it. So, yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I've got an order I'm going to be placing tonight. I think. I really do. I'm very happy right now. Thank you, Dave. You got my creative juices flowing.
I knew it when that came. I knew that it would germinate, and you would something would come out of it. I just felt like that was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I just had a better idea. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Keep on going. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Roll hard. Me and a buddy of mine, thinking of that movie Blues Brothers, they had that thing on A Mission from God. And me and a good preacher friend of mine, he bought us these ties. And it's the Blues Brothers, one on one tie, one on the other. And it says on there, we're on a mission from God. And me and him used to go to these preaching appointments or just go to preachers' meetings and stuff. And we would wear that. And we got a lot of talk about that. You know, people thought we were brothers at one point, but I somewhere I've still got that tie. I wore it out. I wore it so much, but I'm on a mission from God. Absolutely.
We got a half tank. We got a full tank of gas. It's night. Got our sunglasses on. A half a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I love it. Dude, if I could just find the right one, I'll do this. I've got it, dude. I have got it. There it is. I'm going to take that one off. Not that one. That one. Oh. There we go. Okay. I've got this figured out, dude. This is going to be amazing.
I love it.
Now I'm going to have to hurry up and set up the other one. Set up my other half of the studio.
It's scary when Rob says, I got it. You know, I mean, it's usually good, but, you know, it's kind of like walking across logs, as loggers do, walking across the water and you're spinning them. You just never know what's going to happen.
Well, this is going to be great. So, when I show you what I've got planned up, you're going to be like, dude, that is awesome.
Is it as good as Donald J. Trump talking about the snake? I used to love how you do that at the rallies, the snake. You know, the liberals hated that.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the snake?
Yeah.
He really got into that.
You know, I'll tell you something else that liberals really hate is when he talks about getting shot.
Oh, yeah, they can't stand that.
They can't stand that. I actually bled for this country. I took a bullet for you. Y'all get off me.
I don't remember what it was. There was some who called for weapons to be got. I mean, they're talking some crazy stuff, man.
They are.
It may be
They
getting
are.
down and dirty here soon. They better watch that kind of talk. They better watch that kind of talk. I'll tell you.
Yes. And they're total haters. That's what it is. They hate it. I mean, they hate him. They hate everything he's doing. I mean, when you think about it, he is trying to cut wasteful government spending. Okay? Wasteful government spending. The same thing. How many previous candidates have run on that? And he's the only one that's actually setting out to do it. You
Yeah.
know? And they hate it because they don't get to line their pockets with all this this so-called wasteful spending that they're lining their pockets with. They don't get to do that no more. That's going to put a stop to it. They hate it. And that's all it boils down to me. That's my personal opinion. So,
Well, you know, like I said, at first they kind of made a joke about it, but honestly, the TDS is real. Trump derangement syndrome is real, man. I mean, they go nuts. To me, it's demonic. I mean, some of the attitudes and stuff.
no, I did not see that. Oh,
I heard
goodness,
about it.
was
I have not
amazing.
seen it.
That's amazing.
I might have to put that right back here.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm gonna have to put that up behind me somewhere too. That's amazing.
Well, there's two iconic photos. One is that, the other obviously is the fight, the fist up. They hate that one too. They thought the other one was great. Oh yeah, look at him, mugshot. He's turned that around and made it a marketer's dream,
And I'd like a picture of him in the garbage truck.
The third one I would like to have is either Roger Stone's pardon paper, a copy of that, or any J Sixer.
Yes.
I'd like to have a copy of that. Hang one behind me here somewhere. It'll be on the wall here. It might not be seen on camera, or it might. I'll probably rotate them a little bit. But the studio is conservative central. MAGA town.
MAGA town.
I don't know if you saw Uncle Jeb's MAGA Minute the other day. So he's singing the lyrics to Macho Man, but he's saying MAGA Man.
MAGA Man. I've got to be a MAGA Man.
Uncle Jeb off the chain. He's right up here. He's on top of the desk. Him and Georgia Bubba back to back resting.
Well, we're gonna have to get Jeb Jr. in here before long.
Yeah, Jeb Jr. Kaylee said I could. She said I could do animals, but not dog and cat, because she has to. And this is amazing. She has to deal with furries at her school so much, it's ridiculous. And furries are kids who identify as a dog or a cat, and they wear the full-on mask thing with the ears and tails and all that. Sometimes even the paws, they meow and bark and all that. It freaks them out, man. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And see, that's why we're number 40 in the world in education, because we're allowing that kind of crap to go on. Joanne, you're absolutely right on that. They are trying to find the money they're stealing from us to line their pockets. We're talking about that. But yeah, that's why we're number 40 in the world. We allow that. They allow that stuff to go. They promote it. They celebrate it. Dude, if we'd acted like that when we were kids, my goodness. Mom and Daddy would probably feed us dog and cat food Hey, you want to be a dog or a cat? There you go, eat that. You know.
My daddy, of course, I've never done it. My daddy would have, he would have beat me if I had done something like that.
Sure, you're absolutely right. Just a hobby. Those identify animals are just sad and lonely people. Yeah.
The weirdest thing about it is those that you can't communicate with because they only want to communicate in meows or barks. How do you communicate? I don't know.
Well, you send them to the dog pound. You send them to the pound. I mean, come on. If they want to act like that, send them to the pound. That's where they can go and hang out
This
for the
is
day.
why
They're
it's
not
getting,
disrupting other people.
this is why it's getting harder to get good teachers because good teachers don't want to be involved with anything like that. I mean, they don't. They don't want that around.
And see, Mr. Herbert, you're bringing up something right there that I think is what's going on. All right. To dress up as an animal is one thing, but to believe you're actually that animal is a whole other thing. I don't think they believe they're that animal. I think it's more of a thing for attention. Look at me. I'm doing this so I can be different. It's all about attention. It's not about thinking they're actually that animal. They know they're not that animal. Throw a bone. Absolutely. Michael, you're right. And I'm gonna go back to this one here though. This thing right here, you know, is disrupting the class. It is. Well, you said that. I'm gonna bring this up on a comment that you made that your granddaughter did not want to sit next to one of them. They had told her that, and she's like, "No, I don't want to be around that." You know.
No,
And
she
good for her.
doesn't. And she's not a person who stays away from people or anything, but it creeps her out. So she's not abusive. She's not saying anything wrong. She tells the teacher quietly, I'm not comfortable with this and I don't want to do this. And if you try to make me, I'm going to have to call my grandfather. And they always move her. She said, I just can't.
Yeah.
And,
well, a lot of them you said had lice and everything else.
She said that, so, and I know some in school, there's some of that goes on. It's not that, but she said all of them do, or it seems they do, or whatever. I don't know, man. It's, Michael.
Great.
He's always
Shelter. I think
Michael is always short stirred, man. There's no in between with him.
Well, you know what they do when you take them to the county shelter? They spay and neuter them, and that would fix this problem. You just spay them and neuter them.
If Tire Man Michael was president, if a country got out of line, this is the way Michael would handle it. The bombers would be in the air; they'd be returning, and Michael, the president Michael, would say, "We need to let that country know that we're fixing to have inbound." Well, Mr. President, on your orders, we've already carpet bombed them and they're dust. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And they would never be another country do it.
Well, I think, if we spay or neuter 4 or 5 of them in each state, it sets an example and it'll stop. Just spay and neuter them.
Well, don't they kind of do that when they mutilate these kids?
Yeah, but these kids are wanting to be cats and dogs. Get a male and female dog, male and female cat, spay and neuter them, and I'll fix it. I'm just saying. That's the way what you do with dogs and cats. If you're responsible, we want to be responsible.
But here's the problem we have, Rob. I know what you're saying. I get it. The problem you have is all this is driven from the state capital down. And there's very little that these local administrators have the power to do over it. Honestly.
Okay.
It's directed from the county level. The county level is listening to the district level. The district was listening to Atlanta in our state. I mean, there's not a lot that they can do. And I'm sure there's a federal some sort of a federal mandate. Um,
Well, look, that's why we need to do away with the Department of Education that's getting these stupid federal mandates. It's okay for them to go through and disrupt people that are actually trying to learn with this nonsense. And that's why we need the Department of Education gone. Anyway, that's a good case in my point.
See, they will, they won't give money. They'll withhold funds if states don't comply with all these directives and stuff. And the state depends on that money, which is their money.
Yeah. So pass it back to the states. And let the people vote for what they want. I'm quite sure over there in California, they're going to have furries and durries and curries and knuckleheads and all this other kind of stuff going to school. But, that's what they choose to vote in. And I would hope there's people in Georgia got enough common sense not to do that.
Just remember, Rob, it could happen next time you go to the doctor. The nurse or the doctor might be a furry, and they might be walking around with a cat's head.
Not for me, they won't. They need to. I'll just look them dead in the eye and say, "You need to go be a veterinarian."
Robert?
No, you're not working on me.
How you doing today, Robert?
What are you doing? Okay, Scooby, hit the road. Let me go load up your Scooby snack. Pow.
Meow.
And walk in. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. You need to go get spayed or neutered. No, afraid that wouldn't be happening, sir. No. Rubber. You're a rabbity. No.
And some schools have put cat litter in the bathrooms with little things. I mean,
could you imagine?
I don't know if they're used, but they put it in there.
Dave,
just saying.
Totally horrible and terrifying thought. And this is bad. And this is bad on a lot of different levels. But could you imagine going in for a colonoscopy? And your doctor was like a furry dog. And he comes in and goes, "Oh, I got to sniff that before I look at it."
You just had to go there.
I had to go there. Okay, let's go.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking.
Rocco, your doctor will be in a minute. He identifies as a pit bull.
I'm identifying as gone. Oh my goodness.
And they give you little dog treats for the doctor. You did such a good job. Here's your dog treat.
Good boy. He's probably laying on the ground with his belly up there, want his belly scratched or something.
Yeah.
Kibbles and no brain. Kibbles and bit. Kibbles and bit. Kibbles and no brain.
It's a crazy world, folks. You got to navigate the crazies.
Well, I bet if Hee Haw was still on today, Nurse Goodbody would probably be totally different. They probably have Junior Samples up there dressed up as Nurse Goodbody.
And that would be totally sad.
Yes, it would. It would be totally sad. Petticoat Junction. That's some guy with a beard up there in a petticoat, you know. And Festus from Gunsmoke. Oh my gosh. Just put a shot collar on them with an invisible fence. Yeah. I'm thinking we're spending too much on prisons. You know, all these walls and stuff. We need to get one of them underground electric fences and shot collars for them guys. Take the walls down, but make sure that shot collar is enough to where if you go across that fence, you won't come back.
Well, whatever was wrong with No Man's Land. I mean, you cross that line, you know.
Yeah.
Open season.
Biden was a furry. He sniffed people. And see, that's where my thoughts on with the doctor and the colonoscopy came from. You know, well, they certainly could afford it. But, you know, there's so much going on, crazy stuff going on in this world today. And you're right. These are going to be people that are going to be voting, and they're going to be doctors and nurses and politicians. Can you imagine the first furry politician?
Well, there's a couple of decent candidates right now. I won't name names, but there's a couple of them out there.
I'll name two right off the top of my head.
There's one. It wouldn't take much, I believe, to make her into a furry, because I think she wants to be.
Which one is that? You talking about? I'm gonna throw a name out there. Elizabeth Warren.
Well, I can see that one.
Yeah. That's just scary.
Well,
yeah, donkeys, that would be a furry.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess so would an elephant. So,
we've got some elephants that identify as a donkey.
Yes. Well, oh no, they identify as a rhino. But really, they're just sad too. You know, how sad is it? I mean, come on now. How sad is it that this country has degenerated that much in our lifetime? Dave, now your daughter has to go through and.
You got it, Miss Joanna. You got it. Come on down. It is sad.
What would her furry animal be?
Oh, she's a cat. There's no doubt.
No, I don't think so. Her teeth are too big. She'd be a beaver. Or a rat. Okay, rat it is. They've been howling like lonely dogs or hyenas. Yeah, I think AOC would be a good candidate for a furry. I think another good one would be Nancy Pelosi. But she would identify as a vulture. A wizened, wrinkled up, ugly, bald-headed vulture. Her hands already look like claws. She could be a pigeon, you know.
What was the old cartoon, the Magpies?
I remember it. I can't remember what all it was about and what they were talking about, but I remember. All right, real quick before we get off here, I want some comments out there. Did everybody have a happy Valentine's Day? Y'all let us know. Come on, let's get that chat flowing. Michael's Valentine's Day was probably about like mine. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Sorta. Okay. Why was it just sort of okay?
Just the other day.
Here. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Asher went fishing, didn't invite me.
Oh, now see that right there is grounds for divorce. Period.
That's definitely not. That's not a good Valentine.
No. If Brother Hester, if we was living close together and he went fishing, didn't invite me, I'd divorce him. Of course, if he went without me, I didn't invite him, he divorced me too. We fishing buddies can get divorces legally down here in the South. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Hey, y'all better fire it off out there. We got a lot of people on X, and we got some out there on YouTube. Y'all need to come on. Michael's being nice. If he doesn't come on with a fish, he's sleeping on the couch. You just tell him.
We were fishing one time down in Florida off of an old bridge. And it was a guy there. He was drunk, and we were doing pretty good. And he was a moaning and a groaning. He goes, man, he said, my wife said if I didn't bring home some fish and all I did was drink, she was going to leave me. And so we loaded his bucket up with some fish. So here you go. He did drink, but he had some fish when he went home.
Sleeping on the couch. All right, now, big orange snot. You gonna bite me some more? Yep. Quit biting me. He's just. Don't look at me all squinty eyed because I blew on your head. Let's see. Michael said it's been many years since I was into Valentine's Day.
Well, see, Michael, what you need to do, you just need to go back to like elementary school, get you a little tissue box, decorate it all up, get you some Valentines and stick in there, and then go to all your neighbors, and they're going to be looking at you like, what? You say, will you be my Valentine? You pass out Valentines to all your neighbors.
Yeah.
Give them one of them little hearts that has the saying on it, and you'll make friends.
Yeah. Or if you really want to impress them,
might pick you up and put you in a little white truck. I don't know.
But if you really want to impress them, bite me. Take them some eggs. They'd be like, "Oh, you can't hide money." They would shoot you. Why would they shoot you? All you're doing is being sweet on Valentine's Day.
That's a rough neighborhood.
Yeah. You can't give them a Valentine's Day without getting stage car without being shot.
Get out of here, you crazy thing. You can't come around here.
Would you be my Valentine? No.
Some guy
You're kind of short, Michael. If you colored your hair up and I don't know, dressed up like in overalls and stuff, like be like a kid going around over there. Excuse me, sir or ma'am. Eggs will get a woman these days. You ain't kidding. I saw a funny meme the other day. The woman standing there and he handed her an egg and a jewelry box. Like he went to Kroger. That's funny. All right. So, Dave, did you get Miss Lynn some flowers for today?
I haven't seen Lynn all day.
Oh my goodness.
We have not crossed paths, but we have talked to each other.
Okay.
We've texted with each other.
You gave a boy a card on Valentine's Day and he ripped it in half right in front. That's sad. Well, I wouldn't rip your card up. I wouldn't be like that. And that's coming from the clickbait.
Sound like he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
I'll just rip your card up.
Should have ripped his head up. You rip my card up, I'll rip your head up.
If I had done that to a girl back in elementary school, they'd just kick you to death. They loved to kick back in those days. I don't know if they still do, but man, they had some lethal feet. Man, they kick. It's like kung fu fighting or something. Man, they kicked the fire out of you. You didn't mess
Yeah,
with
and
them.
generally it was preceded by hee-haw.
All hands.
All hands. Do I just beat the snot out of somebody? Still am. Yeah. So he might be sleeping on the couch tonight, but he's going to be doing it on one side or the other. Just lay into him. Yeah. Asher, did you bring home some fish? It's Valentine's Day. You're supposed to bring home some fish. Yeah. Mr. Sherbert said you went fishing at invite. Michael said he's still waiting for the North Carolina woman.
Bug
Yeah.
spray butcher knife. Yeah, she's ready to roll.
Yeah. Asher said he brought a fish all right. Did you stop at the store and buy one on the way home? But that's what happened.
Little goldfish.
Yeah. Goldfish cracker.
Yeah, the little bag of them, goldfish.
Yeah. Yeah. I brought a whole bunch of them. Well, guys, that fish fell for the bait. All right, I have things. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night wondering about stuff. I was talking to somebody earlier today. I wonder if fish, when they go home at night, if they tell lies about all the bait they stole. I'm just wondering. What do you think, Dave?
Well, is it really stealing? I mean, you are coming in their environment, so you could be identified as a illegal. You crossed into their world.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They're stealing the bait.
And you're trying to trick the fish, so that would be fraud. You're dangling the hook as you're really going to feed them, but it's a trap. It
Are
sounds
you
like
saying Doge is going to come after me for the way I fish now?
it sounds like a government program. The fish ice. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Fish ice. Tom Holman's coming for you.
The little sirens showing up. Woo, woo.
Yeah. Fisherman coming out with a little ice vest on. Oh. Well, guys, we're glad y'all joined us here. We hope y'all had a great day today.
Yeah.
And had a way to celebrate Valentine's, and y'all just have a great, wonderful weekend. It's just getting started good. We'll probably see you on at some point in time this weekend.
I'll be on in the morning with a Southern Fried MAGA and Southern Talk Problem.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Asher and Mr. Sherbert, I want y'all to keep something in mind. Get your opinion on this. You too, Michael. I'm going to see what you think. I've got some positive feedback. What do you think about doing a live karaoke show on Saturday nights right here? And we'll call it the Southern Fried Hootenanny. I'm going to need some volunteers to get on here and sing, so y'all come on. Asher, Mr. Sherbert, Michael, y'all think about it. Well, I'm thinking about trying to start this up in the next week or two. There you go. All right, so there's two. Two more. I think we can run with it, Dave. Why don't I see if I can set that up about 2 weeks out? And then we probably won't do it every Saturday night, but I'll announce it out on Cornbread Nation and stuff, and we'll do it about once or twice a month. How about that? Let's get the karaoke going soon. All right. We get it rocking and rolling. Let's aim for about 2 weeks. Dave, if you want to do it, you'll have to log in from work.
I couldn't do it. I might listen, but I couldn't do it because I'll be working.
Well, I just want y'all to know I am not a good singer, and if I sing anything, it'll be the song Tequila from Pee Wee Herman. You know.
I thought you was gonna sing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt."
I don't have to sing that. Everybody already knows that. Chuck's singing. He's singing the songs of his people out there. So, all right. We'll do it. We'll get it. All right. So I'm going to aim for about 2 weeks out, guys. So, all right. Well, y'all have a great, wonderful weekend. A great old big salute to all you guys. We're glad y'all joined in with us tonight. And we're gonna call it. And y'all get out there and spend some time with your Valentine. Yeah. Y'all go do it. Y'all enjoy Valentine's too there, Asher. And have a great, wonderful week. Dave, you got anything else before we go off?
No, just see you over the weekend. If you're able to join us, we'll have a number of programs Saturday and Sunday. And we'll be debuting probably Monday. We'll do a wrap up to the Daytona 500, our first show of the Southern Fried Racing Hour. So if you're into racing, we'll do that.
I'm in trouble.
The fish. Gotta sing. Sing me a song.
Look, we got mics here, but y'all gonna be using your own mics. Yeah. All y'all gotta do is sing. I'm gonna try to push it in through here, and I have the words on the screen and everything, and y'all just go with it. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great. God bless you. Have a great weekend, and we will see you soon.
Shalom.
Good night, guys.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.